Hey, y'all, welcome back to Red at the Wire. Yes, we're back inside. The rain won't go away. Hopefully it'll clear up by Belmont Day. As part of our race replay series, we're going to be looking at all the contenders' last race to see how their form stacks up for the Belmont Stakes. And today we're going to be looking at Tapit Trice, who's had a rather mercurial Derby prep season, to say the least. So we're going to look back at his last race, which is, of course, the Kentucky Derby. So let's take a look. Okay, this is the Kentucky Derby, and if you recall, Tapit Trice was in post position 5, which we all thought was a little bit of a problem for him, given the fact that he likes to run to the outside to get his stride in order, and that he breaks poorly. So those were a couple of concerns we had before the race, and of course the overall issue with his maturity it was a big factor. So let's see how he did.
Japanese runner Mandarin Hero taking his spot in the starting gate. Disarm steps up, and the last one will be King Russell. Just got into this race yesterday. We saw that happen with Rich Strike. King Russell goes in. They're all in line. We're ready for the start.
So there's Tapit Trice and Maggie Pope's silks, and you see, broke well. Broke fine, got out of the gate, no problem. And looked like they were going to maybe try to get him up near the pace. And instead, he sort of ends up getting almost shuffled back to a degree. But there he is, and you see trying to steer him over to the right, trying to get him outside if they can. But he's got a good saving ground position right now, and he's dead last. So a little bit of a surprise. I didn't expect him to be quite that far back.
The two favorites are second to last and last as they race to the backstretch. It is verifying in front.
And you see he's right behind you. You almost think he's shadowing some of the chalk, because Angel of Empire and Mage are both back there as well, and trying to stay off what they probably anticipated would be a hot pace. And you see 45-3. That's smoking in the Derby.
Six lengths off the lead. Break another two to Rocket Can. And then Waits came to the inside. Disarm is next. Mandarin Hero has 9 lengths to make up.
And, you know, as he had done in the Bluegrass, he had made kind of an early move to start getting into position. And this time he lingered at the back, and they chose to, Saez chose to just wait with him and maybe try to save some more ground. So you see at the turn here, he's starting to pick it up a little bit. And he's got a little bit of an opening right behind Mage and Angel of Empire. So at this point, he's in the clear. And what did it come down to? Look at his head. He's looking out in the stands, and he's not engaged. And he just didn't have that big kick that we had become accustomed to, and it was really a big disappointment. But he just didn't factor in the race. Just didn't fire whatsoever. So. Fairly disappointing race, I think, for all accounts for Tapit Trice. If you're a Tapit Trice fan, you must have been really disappointed by that race. I mean, he just didn't fire. I mean, just didn't display that kick that he'd been notorious for, that great late run that we saw in the Bluegrass. So really got to wonder what happened, because he didn't break poorly at all. He was actually right in, could have been anywhere he wanted to be. And really what I thought it came down to was at the top of the stretch, you see he was distracted looking in the stands, and he still got that mental maturity issue. And I don't know if maybe 5 weeks will get that out of his system, but I don't know. I got a lot of question marks about Tapit Trice. I know a lot of people really like him for the Belmont because of the longer distance, and certainly Tapit is the Belmont sire. But you really got to wonder when you see a clunker like that, when all systems were go, and by all reports he was going to run a big race and would have been a prime contender. So that's just my take on it. We'll do a deeper dive and we'll see. We're going to continue with our race replay analysis for the rest of the contenders. So be on the lookout for that. And, of course, we'll get into our elements of handicapping as the week progresses, form, class, speed, and pace, for those of you who are unfamiliar. And, of course, if you do like what you see here, please like and subscribe. And we really appreciate you coming by. I'll be talking to you in the near future. So until then, be well.